Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Get Your Happy podcast. My name is Tanya. I'm bringing happiness back. I'm sharing tips and lessons and spiritual healing to keep your radiant glow. All right, so today, as you can see with all the red, the lipstick, the flowers, the nails, I'm sure you can probably tell there has to be love in the air. And indeed it is. We are talking about love, the 3 C's of unconditional love, no matter what, relationship status you consider yourself in, whether that be self-love and you're single and you're embodying everything within that self-love. Maybe you're dating, you're looking for the right person, and you're meeting with different individuals, and connecting with them. Maybe a new relationship, so you just found your perfect person and you guys are just madly head over heels, and in lust with each other. And maybe you are long-term married or newlyweds and you are just loving your spouse, or something new, which not necessarily new, but what I'm learning more of. Some people are choosing to identify themselves within an open relationship. So polyamorous, polygamy, those are the different statuses that we may find ourselves in. So, in order to maintain all of the love and lust within that relationship, you want to utilize the 3 C's. And today that's what we're going to talk about, is the 3 C's and how it can strengthen your relationship. And if you choose to neglect the 3 C's, abandon or abuse the 3 C's, this could send your relationship into a downward spiral and just cause a horrific, experiences. And so, traumatic experiences. And so this is why this episode is so important. I really want you to be able to grasp the 3 C's. So let's talk about it. All right, so but before we actually get started, I did want to talk about self-love. And I know we're in this space, we're seeing it everywhere. I mean, it's on, you got the t-shirt and it says, self-love or most self-love. So what is it about self-love? And so I wanted to start with a quote. And this is by the Buddha, and I love it. It says, "You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and your affection." What? Yes, exactly. Make sure that you are embracing your love first. And if you need to pause this, go right ahead, grab something to write with if you like to take notes, or grab your partner, your friend, whoever you think can benefit from this episode. All right. So no matter if you're going through a healing process after a separation, a divorce, or a death of a partner, self-love is definitely a requirement of manifesting more love into your life. Okay? If you're not doing this, you're going to find yourself in the constant flow of healing, right? Repairing in droughts of loving energy. Okay. Self-love also includes having healthy communication, thoughts and expectations of yourself. Okay. I want you to think about that. It requires setting healthy boundaries and setting healthy expectations of you. All right. So embodying self-love can include being in absolute comfort of your heart, your mind, and your spirit. This time will allow you to understand what it is you desire and dislike in order to attract more of those experiences, right? We are able to define what we like and what we don't like, and what we want to attract more in our, loving relationships, and what we do not want more of, right? So the important purpose of self-love is knowing that nothing is wrong with you, but simply you're infused with pure light, joy, and abundance of everything you already have, in which you were born with. Now, once you're able to fully know, communicate, and heal and embody light within, you can now explore loving energy with someone else. So we must embody it first and then explore that loving energy with someone else. This is not for you to confuse the love received with the love to heal your personal traumas, or to fill voids, or to cling onto someone or something due to unwillingness to grow. All right. So doing this will place a clean imprint of a near expiration date. Okay. So try not to cling, try not to fill voids, and try not to, stay stuck with your personal traumas. Okay. So this will also leave you feeling defeated. It'll leave you feeling brokenhearted. So remember, the only way to freedom is love. And just like the Buddha stated, you deserve love and affection first. So, really embodying love in order to attract more of it. So I'll let you sit and think of that. I know it was, a good amount there. So always feel comfortable with rewinding back if you need to. Okay. And, I have a lot of good content, so I use my tablet. So that's what you'll see me reading off of. All right. So what are the 3 C's? Now that we know that we have a good foundation of self-love for ourselves, we have our expectations, we feel good within our hearts, we are completely healed, we don't have any baggage we're really holding on to. And so how do we move forward, right? So the first thing you want to have is communication. No matter what relationship status you are in, you want to make sure your communication is on 10. Right? So our quote here is going to be by political activist Mr. George Bernard Shaw, and he states, "The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion that it's already taken place." Ooh, I thought that was really big. Very straight to the point and clean cut. So and I absolutely agree. We cannot assume that we've had, these conversations. You want to make sure you are having that conversation and recapping it. So no matter if you're if you have personal dialogue with yourself, your relationship status is single, and your self-love, you want to make sure that you're having that personal dialogue. Talk to yourself, stay connected with yourself. Okay, your spouse or your multiple partners, if you're in one of those relationships, communication must be recapped. Recap your communication for complete understanding. Cultivating healthy dialogue will only help you understand yourself and your partner or partner's concerns. Fear of having uncomfortable conversations will lead you further away from having that conversation and lead you into tragic outcomes. Okay, so being able to stand firmly and confidently in your truth and holding patience for yourself and your love interests will be the glue to the union. So communication is key. We always talk about this. Mrs. My favorite person, Mrs. Ayala Van Zandt, explains in many of her teachings, you must say what you mean and mean what you say. Say what you want and what you need in your relationship. You cannot be upset with someone if they do not give you what you need if you have yet to express it. Okay, now that you have communication down, continue to be mindful of speaking in a respectful, loving, and wholehearted way. I talk about this in my other podcast, The Art of Communication, with your spouse, with your friends, with yourself. So if you haven't seen those episodes in season 1, make sure you go back and take a look at that one. Okay, so try not to interrupt. Don't adopt any passive or undermine your own partner's thoughts or ideas. Okay, this will send you won't get anywhere in that conversation. So also remember that it is okay to change your mind or have new outlooks, but if it is your responsibility to communicate it and not let things fester or be kept away from yourself or from your partner or love interest. This will lead you in the other direction. So remember to have healthy dialogue with your partner. Number 2, connection. Yes, the chemistry. Keep those sparks flowing. All right. So the quote here is going to be angry people want you to see how powerful they are, and loving people want you to see how powerful you are. I love that. And that is by Chief Red Eagle. Okay. So human connection is about being able to connect to the soul of yourself and others. It is the human need. We need connection. We were put here to connect. So get out there and connect. Think back to a time when you were within your mother's womb. Your survival was based off nourishment and connection of your mother. So we crave that chemical stimulation to share, to learn, and to be cared for. Having the time to personally connect with either yourself or your partners builds creativity. It builds soul replenishment and rejuvenation. So take the opportunity to create space and connect. No matter which relationship status you're in, whether you're, like I said, self, if you're connecting with yourself and saving space and connecting to that in your heart, or maybe you're connecting to your new person that you just met. You're in a new relationship, or you're looking for a good connection on your opportunity of dating around, or you're in a polyamorous relationship, a polygamy relationship, and you're trying to connect with both of your partners. So just make sure that that chemistry is there. So no matter which status you're in, connection is big. That's what's going to help you continue communicating as well. So the very last one, I love it. Compassion. So the quote here is going to be, no one has ever become poor by giving. I admire this quote because immediately when you think of it, you don't necessarily think of a relationship or a connection of another person or yourself. At least I didn't. But if you did, okay, perfect. You're on the right track. So no one has ever become poor by giving. So compassion. So when we expect love, we must give it in the same way that we wish to receive it. Being able to have compassion for yourself or your partner or partners will keep you in the flow of abundance and keep you in the flow of that loving energy. So now doing this, you must be careful not to be overly considerate or overly compassionate, that you neglect your own ideas, your own goals, your own time or feelings. This will put you in a position of compromising yourself and your truth. So try not to be overly considerate. There's always a balance there. And the root word in compassion is passion. Okay, so passion is a feeling of intense enthusiasm towards a compelling desire for someone or something or an event, an activity, a person, a strong attraction, right? So being able to express compassion for yourself or for your lover or lovers can build mutual excitement, stimulation, and fulfillment. This can also strengthen your communication and your connection. So it all goes together, right? You want to have compassion. You want to be able to have a healthy dialogue, and you want to make sure that the connection is there. You're keeping that connection with each other. Okay, so which pretty much brings us to concluding the 3 C's. We're just about done. So what I want you to do is I want you to really just remember the foundation of cultivating the 3 C's for yourself. Okay, authentically, and then being able to use the 3 C's when you're exploring love with another being. So back to that self-love. You're not able to give the 3 C's if you're not giving it to yourself. So that's the biggest part. And hey, I know it. I know it very well. I've, been kind of kicked a couple steps back just to be able to embody that for myself. I thought I had it, but I really didn't. I wasn't connecting with myself authentically. I wasn't communicating with myself healthy and in a healthy way. When you're not doing that, you don't really have compassion for yourself. So I'm relearning this, and that's why I get to share it with you. Okay, so this is a recipe for a successful union, and I later discovered, I kind of wrote down in my notes here the same thing. So I'm discovering that in my journey to divorce, and I know that I have to really just be quiet and listen to my intuition, and embrace the 3 C's. Okay, and master that, so that way I'm able to keep creating content like this for you guys. So I am okay, yeah, I kind of said it here. So I am very, 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 very excited to be authentic with you guys and just share this change in this transition. It's a beautiful transition, and I'm realizing that, and I'm going to share more of that in the next few episodes to come. Just small tidbits, or just continue following me on my social media platform at Tanya B. Drake, and you will see more content. But remember the 3 C's. Okay, that is what's going to, try to use that for, I wouldn't just say the month of February, use it, throughout the rest of your journey, because you've got to have those. It's very important. So remember to love your authenticity, live abundantly, and radiate love. Radiate organic happiness, but radiate love, because love will always win. And just remember, you must love yourself before you even try to fill voids or connect and be with someone else. Love yourself first. See you back on the next episode.